Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Today I will be doing my daughter's nails. If you're new here and you've just subscribed, I want to thank you for subscribing, and I really appreciate your love and support. I did fast forward through a lot of the, what do you want to call it, prep work, because today we're just doing a regular gel manicure. And it was really difficult. Like you see when I get to the thumbs, they were pretty easy for me to paint, but I did do 2 coats of each color and they turned out really pretty. I only do one hand on camera just for time's sake, so my video isn't extra long, and which is why I speed a lot of this up as well. You can see she has a very grown out cuticle. She has a lot of excess cuticle, but I really hope this is something that she wears for a while and she doesn't pick off or take off before I soak it off or do something else to her nails, because this was really difficult to do. I did go in with cuticle nippers and cut her nails with these scissors, or sorry, cut her cuticles with these scissors on some of her fingers, because they were, yeah, she just had a lot of excess skin. She always does. Of course, she's young and healthy and things like that. So then I went ahead and brushed off the nails and got the dust off from removing her cuticles. And I'm going in with a file and just shaping her natural nails, getting all the rough edges off. I really, really love this metal file. It makes it really easy to smooth out the edges of nails and really get into smaller areas, especially with her hands being so tiny. It's literally my favorite nail file, and it does a great job. I also like the fact that I can choose which grit that I want and peel it off and just put a new grit on. I don't have to worry about throwing away an entire file or anything like that. I get a few uses out of it, so I really enjoy it. I only do mine and my daughter's nails, so I didn't, since she is young, she's only 10, I just use a buffer on her nails. I did not use a nail drill on her hands at all. She kind of has nail beds like her mom, and they're very thin, and to top it off, her nails are really tiny. So I did use the corner of the buffer to really get into those, you know, nooks and crannies and edges, to get a little more of the cuticle off, but it's very soft and it did not hurt her. So that's one of the main reasons why I use a buffer and then wipe her hands with rubbing alcohol instead of using a nail drill, because I just don't think that's necessary for someone that's her age. And that's just my opinion. I do go in with this Burano 30-day primer. So I really love Burano's like foundational products like this primer or their base coat and things like that. I really like their foundational products like this. I use this before I apply my, if you watch my video that has where I apply my full coverage tips, this is the primer that I use, or the base coat that I use on my nails before I use my Beetles nail glue, and I absolutely love it. And so I go ahead and apply this. I had her cure her 4 fingers for 60 seconds, and then I go in and I use my mini lamp because I wanted to make sure that the thumb got cured all the way. I use Model 1s and Beetles polish, and to be honest, when applying this polish on press-ons, it's a lot easier than applying it on a human, of course. So I was really glad that I got this experience to work on a person. It is so hard to paint her nails, and I'll explain why. It's because not only are they so small, but you know, they're very dainty, but her nail beds are like kind of weird. Like they go in on the sides like a normal nail bed, but then like the edges of her nails are kind of like those duck feet nails, like where they're a little wide and they don't like go in straight. Like they're not straight like the rest of her nails. Like it's the weirdest thing. Like you can kind of see it on the one that I'm working on now. And instead of getting a brush with alcohol to clean around the nail, I decided to use a cuticle pusher or my own fingernails. I I don't know why I did that, but when push came to shove, I felt like it was easier to use the Beetles gel polish than the Model 1's gel polish. I do 2 coats of each. So this is obviously the first coat, and I did the nails separate on this hand. Eventually, I just start doing the thumb all together, like with the entire hand instead of doing it separately. So again, this is still the first coat, and then I decided to choose a pink color. And so my daughter is very picky, and she was like, "Oh, I thought you were going to use a lighter pink, or I thought it was going to be lighter than that." And I was like, "What?" Like, I showed her the color and everything. I said, "I can change it." She's like, "No, it's okay." And so I guess we went this pink. Her favorite color used to be pink, and this was like a really pretty like Barbie pink. And I thought she would really like it. She does usually like to have nails that are different colors, of course, because she's a little girl. I wanted to put like a sparkly coat over this one, and you know, give her some sparkle to her nails, but she decided that overall she wanted Scorpio nails today. So that is the design that we went for, and that is what I tried to accomplish on her little tiny nails. I did find we use water decals. She also saw these butterfly water decals that my sister got me for my Christmas that were on my nail desk, and we went with those as well. So this is the second coat, and you can see that I did 2 thin layers, and it ended up being really pretty. I did get some on her skin, yes, and I feel bad for it. Like I said, I don't know why I did not get a brush with alcohol to correct that and remove it from her skin, but it is what it is. After a couple of washes, it comes off anyway, so I wasn't too worried about it. And partially, I didn't notice some of it either. So, yeah, I do make some errors in some ways. I feel like it looks like a kid painted her nails, but I tried my best, especially with like her overgrown cuticles and everything, so I didn't like hurt her, or I didn't want to be too aggressive. So if I did get it on her skin a little bit, you know, you're gonna have to forgive me, but it was so hard to paint these little tiny nails. Like, you guys have no idea, but she has to get her nails done, and she's been asking me for a couple weeks now, so I did go ahead and do that for her. So after I have my 2 coats of polish, I do go in with shiny top coat, and the reason is because I'm going to be applying water decals, so I want to protect that gel polish, and I don't want it to be sticky and when I put them down, because I have to wipe the excess water away and different things like that. And so I wanted it to be a smooth surface, or as smooth as possible, without so I didn't obstruct the polish itself. And so of course I'm using my favorite top coat. And I had so much fun doing this with her, because we got to talk about her favorite music and the songs that she likes, and we got to listen to Doja Cat radio, and basically just do girl stuff and have fun doing girl stuff and having mom and daughter time. So I always love doing her nails. She's really funny. She's such a character. And you know, she's a little bougie, but she definitely follows in my footsteps, and I have a few little people that look up to me. I have 3 girls, and they're all so cute and so pretty. So Ellie is my middle child. I have an older daughter named Olivia, and my baby's name is Mariah. She's been on the channel a couple of times because she's literally always with me. That was another challenge with doing today's set, is that my baby was downstairs initially, and she is a terror, but Ellie kept trying to play with her and mess around with her while I was trying to paint her nails, and it was just messing me up really bad. And I was like, you know what? Eventually I had to take the baby upstairs and with her dad and her sister, because I just couldn't, like, she just kept making Ellie move and shake, and that was another reason why I kept kind of painting outside the lines, right? Like, I was like, you have to sit still. And then sometimes she would put her arm on the armrest that you can kind of see off camera there, or she would take her arm off the armrest, or move the chair really close to the desk so her hand was like right in my face, or vice versa. She would sit far away from the desk and her hand would be really far away from me. And I'm like, you have to sit still. Like she kept moving. It was just getting on my nerves, but we still accomplished what we wanted to. So like I mentioned, she wanted these butterflies, which are really cute and really pretty, pink and black. And then she also wanted some her Scorpio nails. So you'll see how they turn out. Like these water decals came on those little like cards, like those little sheets that you're used to seeing. And then I also got these Scorpio ones from Amazon, and I actually think they came from overseas, like England or something. It's like called something Creations, or I don't know where they came from, but they're not like where you peel them off the backing and they come off just that shape like the butterfly. When you peel them off, you'll see here in a second that everything peels off together around it. So like whatever you cut out and however big you cut out your decal, that's the shape that it keeps. It doesn't keep the shape around like whatever decal you're trying to use. I hope that made sense. I have a hard time explaining certain things. It's not because I don't know the terminology, but sometimes it's just easier to see things rather than explain them. So the butterfly went on nicely, and I do agree, like it looks super pretty. Like I really love nail decals, and I feel like when you put them under like a matte top coat, they kind of look like a tattoo, or like it's just a super cool effect to get if you don't want to draw the nail art yourself or whatever the case may be. It's really simple. Also, to keep the water off of the nail or to drain the excess water, you'll see me go in and pat the nail down just to make sure that it there isn't any water or air bubbles underneath the decal. This allows me to push them out and also keep the nail dry before I top coat the nail. She couldn't really make up her mind on what stickers she wanted on what finger, and it was really getting on my nerves. And I was like, when I do the next hand, like we're not switching anything. Like I'll switch the sticker that you want, but I am not going to continue to switch. Like we're painting the same color, the same fingers, the same colors, and everything else. So you'll see pictures of them at the end all together. But this is what I was talking about. Like you can see how I cut this out of the sheet that it was on, and you can see that huge square around the Scorpio word. Like it was just so weird. Like I was like, why would it do that? Like, why aren't they cut out like that? But I don't know if they were made like on a Cricut or whatever the case may be, and they don't have like the capability to cut around it. But it's okay. I made it work. I made it fit. I told her we can get it on there and top coat over it. And then I went ahead at the end. You'll see me file around the edge of her thumbnail again to make sure that there isn't any excess water decal like hanging off the end or whatever. So her nails obviously are really short, and so it was a little hard to squeeze all of this stuff on there, but I did end up making it work, and they turn out super cute. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and finish watching the video. Again, thank you for stopping by, thank you for subscribing, and I hope you enjoyed this nail set as much as I enjoyed doing them. And I hope everyone stays safe where you're at. All the craziness going on in the world right now, oh my gosh, I just can't believe it. Like I just can't get with it. Like we don't already have a lot going on. It's just crazy out there right now. So yes, please stay safe and please stay healthy. Hug your kids tight, and yeah, I hope everyone has a great week.